Yes, yes.
Bang bang. Here we are. Back a week later. Look at
Yeah, you
that.
see,
Look at that short turnaround time.
whoever said progress was a slow process, they wasn't talking about us, man. They wasn't talking about
Word.
us. That's right.
Word. Y'all should have gone to that 50 show now that you say that.
Yes, even real ones know. Real ones know. I did wish a lot of people got me feeling left out that I didn't make it to the 50
Yeah.
show. I should
Yeah.
have tried, but it's all good, man. I'm glad people had a good time with it. Big summer for concerts. Big summer
Oh
for
hell yeah.
concerts.
50 years to hip hop.
Yeah. Damn, there's a concert tonight,
Everybody
ain't
doing
it?
their thing.
I won't be at
Hmm.
Yankee Stadium
They had
either,
Rock the
but
Bells last weekend.
mm-hmm. There's a lot happening. It's a nice crescendo. Shout out. Happy
Yeah.
we are recording
Yeah.
this on the birthday of our hip hop culture and the art form. So shout out to
Yes. Yes
hip
indeed.
hop. Yeah, glad to be on the mic today.
Hell yeah. We're to Crime Time. And
Yo, yo, yo.
nah, I
It's
think
like that, dude. That
some
was
of
my
these
boy.
gimmicks might have been a little too on the edge of
Yeah,
But
it's
Crime Time
sus.
always
It's
fuck with
sus.
Crime Time. I
It's
always fuck
sus,
with Crime
but
Time.
they were good. Like I enjoyed them, man. It was what it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
You look back and see Kamala. There's a lot of problems with Kamala, but
Oh, what was it? The
what can I do?
Akeem, the African Dream, the white dude, John
Oh
Tenta.
yeah. He was another character too, man. A more serious character. One man gang. One man gang. That's who he was. That's funny.
Nah, that shit.
Yeah, man. That dude was doing his little
Uh,
dance. Him and Slick. Shout out Slick, yo.
listen,
Al Green, long
Slick
lost
might have been
brother.
the first wrestling. He got a rap song out, didn't he?
Slick.
I feel like they made Slick do a rap song.
They might have made him do a little something on one of their little albums.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
I can't say for sure.
Especially in that rock and wrestling era.
Yeah, exactly. Stand back, Vince McMahon
I,
and his dance. Yeah.
word.
Oh man.
And
But
shout
we
out to
back again,
the
man.
ultimate hip hop, the ultimate hip hop wrestling collaboration, the um the WWE themes.
Oh, my
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
what
yeah. A
we
few
talked
episodes
about
ago,
that. We talked
yeah, we
about
talked about
before.
the
Ice
Ice
T.
T Godfather shit.
But the hardest one to me was the DX with Run DMC.
Yes, one
That
hundred
joint was
percent,
hard. That's a good
one
song.
hundred percent,
You can play that
one
today and it'll
hundred
be a
percent.
fly song.
Hell yeah, they should make that permanent.
They should have.
But all right, let's
That'd have been
finally,
cool.
yeah. But you got to get the fake Rage Against the Machine band. They got to get them royalties. They the OG, so
Indeed, yo. Indeed.
all right, let's jump right into this.
Yeah, man. Uh
Start off with some injury notes.
Unfortunate injury notes. The cursed WWE Women's Tag Team Championships can never find a friggin' home.
Yeah,
No fault of the talent, but go on, man.
with Sonya Deville. Tore her ACL. Is it?
Yes, ACL, unfortunately.
Was it wait, was she the one who tore? She was catching someone off a crossbody, or was that someone else?
I'm not sure what the spot was.
Oh,
I'm
but
not.
yeah,
I didn't really read
that
into
sucks.
it. I was really bummed out about it. I'm like, damn. Because not only is it an
And they
injury, but
just
you
won the
know, ACL
titles.
gonna take you 8 months. You know,
Yeah.
it's gonna
Well,
be a minute.
thankfully, it's not a career ender like it was 10, 20 years ago.
Oh yeah.
You could
Yeah.
come back. I mean, she could get some of them John Cena stem cells, make it a 6 month recovery.
We'll see her.
Because
We'll
that
see her in
man
no
came back
time.
from that torn bicep like
We'll see her at Survivor
in
Series.
no time, man. Hell yeah. And then
Indeed, man.
who else is hurt on top of that? We got I
Well,
know
we got
Pac is
Bray.
hurt on the AEW side.
Yo, they
Yeah,
were clowning
Bray's
him.
absence.
They were clowning Pac. I was watching Dynamite. And they was clowning. Blackpool Combat Club was clowning him,
Oh yeah,
man. I was like, that's mad
that little
mean. I didn't even know
shithead
he was
Wheeler
hurt. They're
Yuta.
like, oh, I guess you can't go to London, can you? I was like, damn, son, like, don't hurt him like that. I will say
I was
this.
saying that little shithead Wheeler Yuta.
Wheeler Yuta, I can't stand. I'm just gonna put that out there. It just he
I
doesn't
can't
come off
stand him
tough to
either.
me. He just can't. He can wrestle,
I
but I mean,
think
that group is there to
I'm
really
hoping the
protect him.
point is, yeah, I'm hoping the point is he's a try hard. Like I hope that's intentional. Otherwise, if he's like legit trying to be badass, I'm like, yo, it don't come off like that, bro. Not from you.
No, I really feel like he's trying to be, man. You know, it's just not my cup of
Nah.
tea is all. Just
Yeah,
not my cup of tea, you know. But
yeah, like nah. I'm in the same boat with you with that one.
they like it, I love it.
But I
They like it, I
believe,
love
and then we found out the reason for Bray's absence was recovering from what they call a career threatening and life threatening illness. That I mean, I didn't get into any specifics other than that, but
it. Sounds
thankfully he's
serious.
on the road to recovery.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. And you hear illness, it's like
Yeah.
that shit makes you pause. Because if it's an injury, it's just recovery time, whatever. But an illness, nah, you don't want to play around with those.
He's had his challenges, many of which we don't know about, but and we don't need
Hmm.
to know about necessarily. But I just, I hope he gets well soon. I'm a big Brave fan, so you know,
Yeah, yeah.
need him to get right.
Always been a Bray mark.
I like Husky Harris. I'm putting that on the record. I thought that was entertaining. So
Damn, taking that to the NXT, the
when
back when
I
NXT was the competition show.
when I saw those guys, like I'm big on, like I always said earlier on in one of our early episodes, I'm big on character. I wasn't
Hmm.
concerned with whether or not he would be successful as a champion at the time. I just felt like that dude looked like he had an idea for a character. He looked like a guy I'd see out there.
Yeah,
And a lot of them
yeah.
did not look
Like
like
he
that.
was trying.
Yes. And I was like, I like it. He got a name, he got a look, and he had like a little personality doing. I was like, I fuck with it. Wade Barrett didn't have that at the time. To me, Wade Barrett didn't have a character until he became Bad News Barrett, you know, because his
Yeah,
finisher was trash
yeah.
in the beginning. That little fireman's carry slam. He used to put you on his
That's what it
shoulder and
was.
just slam you straight down. And that was Wade Barrett's finisher at one time.
Oh yeah,
That was, and
yeah.
the people had to
Nah,
sell it like it was the worst thing ever.
nah,
It's like, bruh, it's
nah.
just
That
a
shit was nah.
fireman
That shit
carry.
was trash.
You know,
And they made
easy
him
for
the
me to
leader of the
say, never took a
Nexus.
bump, but give
Yeah.
me a break. I've seen more devastating stuff. Then he came up with some other finisher eventually with his elbow. Like they repackaged him as like a bare knuckle fighter and yada yada. And
Yeah,
his finisher became
yeah.
some elbow thing. And I'm like, that's much better. What was this little that was whack, man. So
Was it called The
anyway,
Wasteland?
that was the name of the movie. Yep,
I
that's the
think it
name of
was
the
called The
movie.
Wasteland. Yeah,
What does
yeah.
that mean? What does that mean?
Trash.
I
I don't even
just
know.
I'm gonna go
I
back.
don't
I
even know.
challenge you to go back and look at. They gotta have a YouTube compilation of Wasteland Slam. Just look how you have to sell this regular ass move. It's just annoying, man.
They're trying
So,
to like
and I like
like
Wade
a
Barrett.
hard
I like
grapple.
Wade Barrett. But I'm just saying, like that early iteration of him, Husky Harris was
Nah,
one of the
you had
stars to me,
to
man.
see
Husky
that
Harris,
move.
Daniel Bryan. That was probably it that I really cared about.
I still
You
I
know.
remember. Well, they had. Well, I think David Otunga was in that shit too, right? He was in the original Nexus.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
He was
That
cool. He
shit
had a
was weird.
but he just I don't think he had a great like technique.
The
Like
weird
I
thing
wasn't into the
about it,
matches.
the weird, no, no, no. Like you could tell it's something he wanted to do, but it was just like it wasn't gonna pan out in ring long term for him. But it was just weird seeing him on that after seeing him as a contestant on I Love New York.
No, I know.
Because I was like, wait,
Oh, I almost called it Flavor of
ain't
Love,
that the
but yeah,
dude from VH1? And then
wild
the whole
time.
shit with him and Jennifer Hudson,
Yeah, it's a weird
that shit was
dynamic, man.
crazy. Yeah,
They had an ugly divorce,
he
ain't
had
they?
a yeah, yeah, they did. They did. It was not good. And
Hey
I
man,
think he was a lawyer, and then he gave that all up to become the reality star slash pro wrestler. But I think he ended up
but he
getting a
had a job with
backstage
them
role at
for a long
WWE.
time. He was getting WWE
Yeah, he had a
checks maybe up
backstage role
until
with
like
them.
the pandemic. I want to say, like
Yeah,
he was rolling with them.
yeah. Nah, there was
Hmm.
something they liked about him. They kept him around that long, but yeah, it's still weird to see for me.
But yeah, man, we
Let's
all
see
say
who
that to
else.
say get well soon, Bray Wyatt, man. We waiting to
Yeah,
be spooked by you once again, man.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. Oh, and there was the update on Jamie Hayter. It's looking like her
he lost the
injury might
belt, right?
keep her out until yeah, she so she lost it to Tony Storm
And then Tony Storm just lost
months
it.
back. Yes, Tony Storm just lost it to Sheeta. They main evented
Okay,
Dynamite the week before this one's.
okay.
But it was initially thought that maybe Jamie Hayter will be back for Forbidden Door since she's a Brit herself. But it sounds like she won't be back until like February, March.
Mm.
So she's effectively done for the rest of the year. So it's I thought it was just like a routine, not routine, but like a simple shoulder injury, but it sounds like it was much more than that. So speedy recovery to her. She's one of my favorites.
Okay.
I'm drinking the Haterade. Hater hits hard. I'm a fan of strong style women's wrestling.
No doubt.
So, and it sucks that her and Pac won't be there for like the first big wrestling show in the UK for AEW, being that they're the biggest UK stars on the roster. But
And Pac is an original.
yep,
He's been there from the beginning, so that's unfortunate.
yeah. I'm hoping they
But
make like an appearance, at least like have
we'll
her
see.
come out ringside for Brit during the 4-way, or have podcast some kind of interaction with the BCC, something.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Pac just had some bad luck with these things. If it wasn't an injury, it's like some visa issue, or
Hmm.
hopefully get that dude together a
Shit,
little
crazy.
bit, man.
Hell yeah,
That's unfortunate.
because he's one of my favorites too. But speaking of Wembley, it sounds like AEW is on the verge. Well, they have already surpassed the SummerSlam record, right?
Yeah, they have now.
So they had
They're
that,
over
and they're
79,000
close
and
to
change now.
boom, boom. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. That show's gonna be the atmosphere for that show might be crazy, but damn, what's the time difference?
Five
That's the one
hours.
thing I got to
They're
figure.
5 hours
5 hours.
ahead. Yeah, they're 5 hours ahead
So
of us.
an 8 p.m. start time for them would be
Like a
not that
3
bad.
3 p.m. start time for us.
All right, that's not bad. All right,
Nah.
it's not like when it's like in Japan, you got to wake up like 5, 6 in the morning to watch some show. Or when they do the was it the Saudi shows? You got to be up early in the morning too for WWE. I
Yeah. Well, the Saudi shows have been a little later recently, but I remember one of the early ones we
mhm.
had to be up like at least by like 11 a.m. and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
you know, they've kind of chilled on that a
Like
little bit. They started doing it a little later, but well, yeah. Um,
now the morning wrestling's cool, but I don't have to set an alarm to wake up to watch wrestling. I don't want to do that.
it's not normal.
Nah,
Not normal.
and I'll never
Um,
normalize that shit. But so yeah, they're close to selling out. I believe was it 4,000 tickets away?
yeah, in that neighborhood, I'm. This is the most intrigued I've been about an AEW pay-per-view, and like I'm considering buying it.
Hmm.
I'm considering it. I don't
Okay,
know. I don't know. I end up not, but
we got to
you're
see.
more
I want to
curious
see
about
if
the
they do a
spectacle. I
yeah.
want to see what it looks like.
I
You know what I
mean,
mean? How it's
I
produced.
have my ways anyway, but
Oh,
I'm
okay, I
wondering if
heard you.
they since they have two back to back, yeah, I wonder if they got since they have back to back pay per views if they're gonna offer some kind of discount.
It's a
Like
thought.
instead of $50 a piece, it's like, oh, 30, 30, 25, 25, and
That'd
make it
be
like a
fly.
package deal.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe. They only offer that if you get both, maybe. Fuck.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that's what they're gonna try to pull. Let's not give them any ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh
then now
man.
we starting to get some matches announced for the card now. We
Yeah.
got officially FTR versus the Young Bucks for the titles, tag titles.
That'll tear the house down. This is a rubber match, they said, right? So
Yeah, yeah, they're 1-1. So I believe I forgot what I don't know why they delayed the third match for so long, but this is the time to have it anyway. Biggest show in the world, yeah, run it back. I don't know who wins though. That is the one thing that's up in the air for me.
I think the Young Bucks might win. They
That would
haven't
make
had the belts
them,
in a minute. And I think they've been very
yeah,
generous with their spots in the company in terms of they've for lack of a better term, job to a few people. You know,
yeah, yeah,
they've been very generous. This might be a moment for them. Um,
yeah, and I believe it'll
FTR
make them
loses
the
nothing
first
by
three-time
losing.
tag champs.
Young Bucks,
Yeah, it's just yeah. If the Young Bucks won, they would be the first three-time tag team champions.
they have never had
And then
a really long run, though. Am I correct?
no, they run. I think the longest run was the like tail end of the pandemic when Kenny had like multiple world championships and
Yes.
they were the tag team and they eventually lost to the Lucha Brothers in that crazy cage match.
I miss
Um
Kenny entrance with the women with the brooms in the beginning. Oh my god.
yeah.
Give me sports entertainment, man. I don't
And
care
the
about these
elaborate announcements from Justin Roberts.
North Carolina.
I'm saying bring that back. Maybe that comes back now that this whole BCC
That's
shit
what
is
I
done.
like, man. Give me all that
Hell
stuff,
yeah.
yo. That stuff
Hell
used to
yeah, bro.
crack
They
me
should be
up.
tearing the house down.
Women with the brooms.
Um see I think those were local cheerleaders too, like Jaguars cheerleaders, because they ain't hiring no extra people. They're like, yo, you're already on the staff. Let's get it done.
Real talk,
Um,
man.
and I think, see, here's the thing: if FTR is so big on legacy, but I don't think they mind losing to the Bucks this time around. But yeah, that should be a good match. They're always gonna put on a good match, those two. Um,
That'll be a good time.
also, yeah, also announced. Well, the main event is MJF versus Adam Cole for the world title, but apparently they will also be wrestling on the pre-show, challenging Aussie Open for the ROH tag team titles. So they're both going to be
Okay.
pulling double duty, which is it's interesting. I'm trying to see how
That's a
they make
story
that
right
work
there.
story rise. Yeah.
You know what I think gonna happen? Somebody gonna have some type of body part worked over among the both of them, and it's
Hmm.
gonna play a role in the main event where it's like, are you gonna exploit the injury or are you gonna be a good sport about it? I don't know
Yeah.
who's who. I don't know how it's gonna work. Although
Yeah.
speculation says Cole may turn, but I think they're gonna play off of that, and it's gonna be like, you know what? I got to go get mines, and it's like,
Hmm.
damn, MJF might be like, oh, then you gonna kick me
Sorry.
when I'm down. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, bruh, hey, and
Listen,
Cole
they
might even
got
try to
so many
play
routes they
like
can
a
go.
tweener for a little while, just like on some. I just did what I had. I did what anyone would have done, and then
Yeah.
just keep him on the fence. And then like a
Yeah.
week or two later, or going into the next show, straight up like, all right, fuck it, I can't fuck with you. I'm the champ now.
Hmm.
Or, whatever. I think that's how it's probably gonna play out. And I don't know if that means they
I
end up
think
beating the Ring of Honor team,
I'm
but we'll
I'm
see.
see that's the thing. I don't think they do. I think it maybe there's going to be some miscommunication between them in that match that costs them the tag team titles, ROH tag team titles, and then that miscommunication is going to play up in their main event match, and that's how the tension is going to build, and it's going to be but I'm thinking it's gonna be the way they're painting it. It's gonna be a mistake by Adam Cole that costs them the match, and
Mm.
then MJF is gonna be frustrated, and then that's gonna spill over in their main event. But I'm thinking they got something good with MJF as a face,
Oh, so you
and
you you
Cole is
think
really good as a heel.
I don't know how it's gonna go, man, but I think that's good that we can't tell. I think that's
Yeah,
one of the
yeah,
most important elements to all of this, and it's one of the things AEW has
yeah.
gotten right finally in terms of a storytelling, you know, perspective.
Hmm.
We are on our toes. We are
It's not as
curious.
predictable.
Yeah, we curious what's gonna
Yeah,
happen, which is
and
all you
then
want out of your audience. Like what I have to watch to see what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Um, and I'm
yeah,
appreciating
and then
that
you
from
you
them.
throwing the fact that you throwing the fact that CM Punk is walking around calling himself the real world champion, and with All Out being the week after, that's gonna have to tie in somehow. So we'll see how that all works out. But I think they one more match that they just announced was Sting. We got the Sting match. It's Sting and Darby Allin versus
Mogul affiliates or whatever their
Swerve
name
and
is now.
yeah,
Mogul
Swerve and
somebody.
AR Fox, Mogul Syndicate.
Mogul
No, the Mogul
something,
affiliates.
man.
Yeah,
They
the
love
Mogul
being
affiliates.
moguls.
Yeah, yeah. See my man Prince Nana getting his
I
swerve
wanna
on during the
know,
theme.
I wanna know the story of where my tattoo dudes went. And if Swerve was like, I can't do this tattoo dude thing. Where's my black people?
So the dude with the tattoos on his face,
Hmm.
he was let go. His like I think he only had like a 6 month contract, so he's gone. Like he was
Okay.
released.
Okay.
And then who's the other dude? Parker Boudreaux, that dude. I think he's still hurt.
He's hurt. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought
or
he was
maybe
like,
on
yo, this
rehab from his injury.
like, yo, this the white muscle is not believable. Where's my black people at? We mogul something else now.
So I'm saying like we
We
don't we
mogul
don't need not those two, not those two. But I'm liking this. I like this story with Darby because there's so many layers to it. There's a history between Darby and AR Fox, even though we all just really finding out about who AR Fox is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the history between Darby and Swerve separate of that, the history between Swerve and Nick Wayne, and then Darby and Nick Wayne, and then how that's all tying in together. So I believe I don't know I don't know who wins that match, honestly. Because Darby does have the TNT title match the following pay-per-view at All Out against Luchasaurus and Christian, because Christian is gonna make sure his presence is felt.
Christian is hilarious, man.
Hell yeah, with the
He's
saying his
so
daughter kicked out
entertaining.
the building.
She don't have credentials.
Get her out of here.
Oh, that's good,
But
man.
I'm hoping Swerve and AR win. I don't think. I mean, it's Sting, so you never know. But I don't think they need that win.
He don't
I
need no
don't
wins.
think.
He's a
Nah.
legend. He don't need no more wins.
Yeah, the match should be good. It'll be fun. But yeah, Swerve and AR Fox need to win. And I guess
They
there's the
still need
women's
some more
4-way
to make
title
this
match that's
card
gonna
feel
happen.
crazy, though.
Yeah, I think they're gonna announce some more stuff this week because there's still nothing with Kenny Omega announced, nothing with the BCC announced. We'll see if CM Punk accepts Samoa Joe's challenge this
Jericho
weekend.
gonna do something with his, Jericho Appreciation Society. I think they got to do something there.
Yeah,
With,
they gotta do something with Jericho, and I think they gotta maybe do they need the House of Black on there? I don't know if they need the House of Black on there.
well, they got belts, right? So I mean, they could defend their titles,
Yeah,
but defend them
they
against
got the
somebody
cheap,
that
but they
hmm,
defended them against CM Punk and FTR this Saturday at Collision. So
they
we'll
did
see how
last week.
that goes. No, they're
What's
going
coming
to
up?
this week. Yeah,
That's interesting. That might end in like a
Yeah,
disqualification or something.
that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
A dusty finish.
either either Ricky Starks comes out or Samoa Joe comes out or both. But it's not gonna end in a clean finish.
Right.
They need
I
a
don't see
way
a clean
to
finish
keep the
either.
belts on House of Black, but without having CM Punk and FCR take the clean loss. Because they already
It's,
took the clean loss against Bullet Club, so
and
they're not gonna
and
do it again.
FTR may take a loss this weekend, or well, not this week, but at All In.
Yeah, against
So
the Bucks. So
it's
yeah,
possible. So yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
yeah. But we'll see. They got a week or two to keep to round out the rest of the card. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. But
We hope. We
I
hope.
think it's the 29th. I believe it's the 29th. It's
Could be.
on. Let me see. I'm not sure if it's the 20th or the 27th. I think it's the 27th. I think that yeah, I think it's the 27th,
Yep.
and then the
Sunday, August
following
27th.
Sunday, the third, is All Out. Yeah, so they got a couple weeks. They good.
All Out is Labor Day weekend. Wow. They won't see me for that. I'm gonna be somewhere Pelton Way
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
Jeez. Hate to break it to you. Hate to break it to
Go
you,
with the
Devil.
girls in Pelton waist.
Yes, man. Jeez. Um, and now, well, we also have the joy that is the Dark Side of the Ring season finale. I'll say
Oh,
this. I thought
yes.
they had a nice sequence of episodes because that bash at the beach that happened the week before, then to end it with Marty Jannetty, I found the episode to be
2-2.
extremely entertaining.
Yo, listen, Marty Jannetty. If you didn't know, now you know. That man is certified, certifiable, I should say, certifiable lunatic. My man is out here telling the world. Wait, first, let's start from the beginning. This dude, they opened the show by having people tell you, do not believe a word that Marty Jannetty tells you, because he's always trying to work somebody. But the surprising thing was seeing his ankle, his leg looking all gross
Yeah, his
and
ankle
bloated on
looks
some body
horrible.
horror shit.
Yeah, it looks bad.
Yeah, that shit. I'm surprised it's not a I'm
Infected and
surprised
all
it's
this
not an
shit.
amputation situation.
Right.
Cause the way that shit was looking, it was like that shit like it was about to explode.
Yeah, look at I got yeah, your skin ain't supposed to expand that way that quickly. So
Yeah.
that's why you got these open lesions and stuff on there. It looks crazy.
And I was like, yo, I don't need to see that on camera. Y'all could have just told me about that.
Yo, I believe you
Like
when
I did not need to see it.
I so I
Shit.
thought that a nice chunk of this, especially in the beginning of this documentary, I thought a nice chunk of it was sort of created to sort of piss on Shawn Michaels' legacy. It felt like they were taking this angle of like Shawn Michaels took advantage of Mario Jannetty when Mario Jannetty is the person that sort of ingratiated himself to him and showed him the business from a experienced person's perspective. And he had a main
Hmm.
squeeze. Marty had an old school main squeeze up in there. They swear they're gonna be each other's forever type joint. I forgot the late young lady's name, but that lady had it out for Sean. And I'm like, bro, in your life as adults, majority of things that of situations you find yourself in, you can always find something in it where you had an opportunity to change it or affect it. It can't all be Shawn Michaels' fault that Marty Jannetty
Hmm.
isn't in the position, or he decided to go solo and Marty wasn't ready.
Hell no.
That dude got mad chances at the
Hell
same
no.
company and never got his mind right and disciplined enough to make something of himself. You know what I mean? As wide as Shawn Michaels has been, he was never cheating the work. You know what I mean? He was showing to work. He was becoming a character. He was building a character. He was having better matches. He was getting in better condition. Like he looked. Give
Hmm.
me a break. Give me a break. And so that lady, I don't remember her name. She had it out for Sean. But if, I don't know, man. I can't. I just thought that shit was weird.
Yeah,
I
she
just
had
thought
an
it was weird.
agenda. Nah, it's telling how because every other person was basically saying Marty is responsible for his own problems. She was the only one, like even to a point, she said the same thing, but it was like she just needed a scapegoat because Marty should have been bigger. Marty, yeah, who's to say Marty would have been bigger anyway? The man
Yeah,
just needs to stay employed, and he couldn't do that. Your man got the second chance, and what was it, 2006, 2007, or something like that?
that was that was I think '05 maybe something like that.
And they were gonna give him a contract. Sean calls him up. He's like, "Yo, we're getting the band back together."
Bro, he got them together. He's
Something,
brought him to Jesus.
yeah, something Sean didn't have to do. He didn't
No,
have to do that, but he did it
Sean was a
anyway.
made man.
Yeah. And then what happens? Not even a week later, this dude Marty's arrested again, loses the contract. Boom, that's it. Last chance, done.
Hey man, he got the type of chances that none of us ever get, man. So we have a short patience for that type
Listen,
of thing. You know what I
hell yeah.
mean? Also, I just want to touch on something like I just want to say white humor is very interesting. Um,
Hmm.
I had never really seen Brutus Beefcake's wife until this Dark Side of the Ring, and
Yeah.
the things that they would say, and the things that she would say in front of him, they were just funny. And she was saying stuff like, Marty was one of those guys that you might want to do something with, and he's just gonna Beefcake just dead chilling, and he's like, hey, take it easy. But towards the end, I guess they were all kidding because they all known each other a long time. And the wife was
Yeah.
like, first off, Beefcake was like, hey, don't look at my wife. Like he was kind of kidding. And then the wife was like, Marty, we wish you the best, and I'd flash you, but yada yada yada. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, white humor is hilarious, bro.
Son,
Like,
that
why my
shit
wife
gave
saying she
off
gonna joke and flash
that's
somebody? But it just goes
that
to
shit
show
is the
the culture.
ultimate.
It's the world
Yeah,
that they
like
live
that's the
in.
ultimate 80s thing. The washed up rock star wrestler and his ex porn star wife.
You know what? Yeah,
Like they
that's
would
what
have
it
been they
was.
would have been staples. They would have been staples on the Howard Stern show.
Yeah, yeah. And they
Like
they
that's
talking
the
about
vibe they gave
dating
off.
these dancers, there are exotic dancers,
Hmm.
strippers, whatever you want to call them. I'm like, just say
Hell
what it
yeah.
is, bro. That's what you was
Listen,
into.
they in their 60s. I want to say 50s, 60s, and she got the cleavage out, mad sunspots and shit you can see on it. Like, come on, like, put those shits away.
Not the sunspots.
For real, like, yo,
I
you,
will, whatever age she is, though, she looks good for her age, man. Especially being a white woman, she looks good for her
yeah,
age. I gotta give her that.
you know, nice surgeon,
Yeah, I'll
best the
call
money
it
could
that because
buy.
she looked better than Beefcake. Beefcake looked like he let himself go. So
Yeah, Beefcake. He looked like an ex wrestler. Like
yeah,
he looked like
yeah,
an ex wrestler.
yeah. He stopped
But the crazy shit,
taking the vitamins.
yeah, the crazy shit is when they started getting into his Facebook antics and this whole did he or didn't he murder a human being?
Yes.
And I was just like, dog, what? Yo, at the end of that shit, I was like, nah, he did that shit.
Yeah,
He
he
was
did. I
telling the
don't,
truth. This ain't no work.
and it only came up because he put the stuff out. This was public knowledge, so people are naturally gonna ask
Hmm.
about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he did it.
but then especially when Al Snow and even Shorty, his forever wifey, was like, yeah, he told us the story back in the '90s, and it's like,
Mhm.
nah, that's like, it's not some shit he just made up. That means there's a dead man out there. So, well, according to him,
Yeah,
he
like why
burned the
would a wrestling
body.
angle be so detailed? He was
I'm
very detailed
saying,
in explaining it.
I'm like,
You
bro,
know.
like talking about you almost got molested or raped or whatever, so you were just defending. I'm like, yo, this is insane,
Yeah, that was real
insane.
wild.
Like to the
That was-
point where they had to put a statement given to them from the police department about the investigation. I'm like, bro,
I don't see why they even. I don't know why they would like. It seemed like he was acting in self defense, regardless. So I
Hmm.
don't. He wasn't trying to kill nobody, but that's just what happened. You know what I mean? It's like the Scott Hall thing. Scott Hall shot somebody, I think, and killed him, but in self defense. Like he wasn't trying to kill nobody, but it happens.
Yeah.
You know, it happens. So that's not
Yeah.
easy for me to say. It happens, but I would hate.
Like,
I'd
you
hate to
know?
get that type of news about somebody I know. I don't really mean it like that, but I mean if you are acting in
Yeah.
self defense and someone is doing a wrong to you, no one will blame you for acting in such defense. That's all I'm saying. That dude
Yeah.
got hit with a rock. You know what I mean? Like that's literally fighting for your life in just self defense. You know what I mean? So why it had to
Yeah, but
linger the
then he
way it
went into
did,
the shit how him and his cousin tried to hide the body,
well, that's different. Yeah,
how
you
they
can't be doing all
might have
that.
burnt the body or threw the body in the river or some shit.
They say they threw it in the river. Yeah,
Like my son was out here
it's out of control.
wilding. They talk about he did every drug known to man. I'm like, bro,
I believe
and
it.
this man is alive, alive and kicking still. Will
Which
probably
I'm
still be
glad.
trying to
Which I'm
wrestle if it
glad to
wasn't for
see.
his ankle.
I'm glad to see it. It's almost like being, we celebrate 50 years of hip hop today. Like there's a lot of people that's still around. I'm glad they're still around. We
Word.
lost a lot of people. It's like pro wrestling. The
Yeah.
lifestyle will take you out,
Now,
unfortunately.
especially people from his era. Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially
it's
with
not a game.
like especially when you see like basically every episode of every tragic episode of Dark Side of the Ring, it's usually someone dying from a drug overdose
Mm-hmm.
or from something related to a drug overdose. And it's just
The substances,
like that life must have been crazy, crazy,
a,
crazy
di-
toll on your body.
a different
Especially
time.
yeah, especially now everywhere they was like still trying to keep kayfabe, and like keep everything looking as real to the public as they possibly could. And it's just like, man, listen, y'all niggas on the road 300 times a year, 300 nights a year, and every night y'all going out partying.
Your body ain't supposed to be going through all of
You know,
that,
I'm
King.
surprised they wasn't dropping like flies.
Real talk. You give me one weekend like that, and I'm hurt.
Listen, I'm done.
You ever just go on vacation and
I'm
people just like
retiring.
every day you're doing something, you just hitting the party, hitting the brunch, you hitting the happy hour, hitting the party, hitting the brunch, hitting the happy hour. And it's like there's no time to just go to the beach and just chill. Yeah, you're pooped. By
Hell
the time
no.
it's time to leave, you pooped.
And then you
You
got to
know?
wrestle a 25-minute match that night.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
It's next level, man.
But shit.
It's it's next level.
Shout out to Dark Side of the Ring. I hope they
Yeah,
have another season.
yeah. I'm interested to see what
Even
other
though I'm
stories
trying
they
to,
could come up with.
yeah, I'm sure there's like a lot of lesser stories, but I don't know how much you can carry a season with lesser stories. Like they usually have like two big episodes to anchor the season, like one in the beginning, one in the end. So I'm trying to figure out who. I don't think they do an Eddie Guerrero episode.
Man,
Would
that
they?
might get sticky. I don't think they will because Vicky bugged out
Yeah.
with her family right now.
Oh yeah,
Chavo may
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah,
approve of her
yeah.
speaking on anything the way she was wilding.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
So
don't
that's
know.
that's a no no. That's a no no.
Uh, they might just do one with Chavo and use B-roll from Vicky's past interviews or something. Maybe do something like
Mm-hmm.
that. If they choose
Yeah.
to.
Like they could still get into the thing is, a lot of the stories they could tell, a lot of these wrestlers are still active, which is crazy.
Yeah,
So like you could do an episode on the whole Edge, Matt Hardy leadership if you want.
that'll be a good one. We gotta wait. We
That would
gotta
be a
wait
good
for we
one.
gotta wait for Edge to retire.
Yeah. Or if you want to talk about Jeff Hardy's um that match in TNA against Sting when he came out all drugged out and shit, and like
Well,
how his
I think they'll just do an episode on Jeff Hardy because he's had enough
yeah.
moments. That was the worst of it, I think, coming out to a ring fucked up, but he had struggles even after
Hmm.
that. So they might have to just do an episode on Jeff Hardy and
Yeah.
his struggles, and hopefully he's sober long enough to do the episode and like add context,
Yeah.
and then there's a
Yeah.
end of the story where it's like very it was successful, and he's
Yeah.
doing
Positive note. And on a
yeah.
positive note.
So that's what I could hope for with that. I think AEW would allow their talent to do the show. I think they would. They don't have the same type of
Yeah, they
holes,
would.
you know what I mean? So I think that's not beyond
Yeah, I think they would.
comprehension. They might yeah, you
Hmm.
can't really it's hard to do the edge
I
Lita.
mean, they
Lita's
could
still
do a
around
whole
too.
season
Like
on
it's
Vince
hard to do all
McMahon.
that. Lita might not want to do that episode.
Yeah.
That was a dark time for
Yeah, I
her
mean, yeah, it might
I've
be
heard.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good one though, cause that
Yeah.
that
And you don't
really
want the
blurred the
public
line between
commentary on
shoot
that.
and work, you know.
Hmm.
Damn. Maybe we should think of some topics for another
That would be
episode
so good.
that we would add. But definitely big shout out to Dark Side of the Ring, man. I enjoyed this season immensely. I'll probably
Yeah.
watch a couple of them things over for sure. Um, I am
Hmm.
impressed. They had a Junkyard Dog episode,
Yeah, I
man.
still need to
They
see
did.
the junkyard. That's the one I still
Mhm.
need to see.
Yeah, they had some good stuff this season. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. I learned a lot. I don't know much about Adrian
Yeah.
Adonis, so I learned about Adrian Adonis.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
good.
Especially with like even during the first season, like dudes like Gino Hernandez, who I never really knew about, learning about them from there.
80s, yeah.
All the dudes, what's his name? Like I knew of Bruiser Brody, but I didn't because I knew about how he died.
Right.
But I did like just hearing like the intricacies and just how crazy it is wrestling in Puerto Rico, how niggas will really try and murk you in Puerto Rico over this wrestling shit.
And you don't really know about him so much also because he never really made it to WWE.
Yeah, yeah, he was
So they
bigger in
learned about
Japan
this
than he
dude from
was
his
in the States.
AWA days and Mid South, not Mid South, AWA, not AW, sorry, the other one, Von Erich's joint down there in Dallas. Like he was down there and he was overseas.
I think that's AWA.
Oh, I thought they was somebody else. But
I
okay,
think it is.
whichever. Because the Von Erich, the other dude is
Because
AWA,
there's like
man.
AWA, there's
Vern
US, there's
Gagne is
UWF,
AWA.
there's USW.
But he's been
Oh,
all
oh,
up
he
world
is?
class. World class is Dallas. World
Yeah,
class.
world class. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
Um, but
Because they
I
used to
think
have
he
him
wrestled
on the
AWA. I
network, on the
mean,
WWE network.
mm-hmm. You can find all kinds of stuff, man. I think a lot of people in the business don't like the dark side stuff, but I really appreciate it. And it's the whole approach
Hmm.
spawned a whole franchise. And I think all these other shits on Vice, Dark Side 2000s, Dark Side of Rock and
Yeah.
Roll, Dark Side of Pop Culture. I'm like, what the fuck is
Yep.
going on?
Yep. Dark
They
Side of the
found a
Ring was
link.
the first one. I can't front. I'll be watching Dark Side of the 2000s.
It's good. I mean, it's
Just for the,
all
it's just a nostalgia thing. It's a
it's
nostalgia
just
trip for
like
me.
what VH1 used to do back in the day. I love the 90s. I love the
Mhm.
80s. I love the,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
love those. I can't front. I love anthology series like that. Just like
it's good.
that
And you
touch on
need it
pop
to
culture.
document time. You need these things. There's different versions of it.
Hmm.
CNN might do some shit like that and take a more serious documentary approach to it. But
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. I'll sit through a lot of it for sure. Um, so shout out to the Vice guys, man. Um,
Even though
going
they
into
kind of problematic on the low too.
Oh, well, put me on. You be knowing some things, man. I be out here. Don't tell me they're Republicans.
Nah, they got a lot of lawsuits on the more so on the renting side on their Vice website. A
Is
lot of
that like
people talking about
liberties that they take, editorial
discrimination and like
liberties?
just like the way they treat staff, like sexism and this, that, and the third, and all this other stuff. So I'm like,
Oh no, no, no,
"Eesh."
no. Well,
But that's on
we
the
don't
Vice News side.
we don't business with that.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't
Because I
business
feel
with that.
like it feels like they operate as two separate entities. Like they got the Vice News and then they got the Vice like entertainment stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll
Okay.
see. And I heard they don't be paying their people like adequately.
Well, I
So they need
knew
to
I
get it
knew a shorty
together.
that used to work for Vice. Their offices are up here in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and she left some
Hmm.
years back. She did tell me that they are overworked for sure. She said they're definitely
Yeah.
overworked. And I can't speak for the pay, but that those things usually go hand in hand. Unfortunately, a lot of these companies, these startup vibes, and so
Yeah.
But when I say the Vice guys, I'm talking about the creators of the show, not necessarily like the other moving parts. I'm just talking about the two
Oh
people
yeah,
that go
yeah,
out to
yeah,
these
yeah.
interviews. I
Oh
forget
yeah,
their name,
those dudes, yeah.
but
Yeah, I can't remember, but those dudes, they really they're and they I like how they a lot of the times the focus was on getting the families of these people to tell the stories.
yeah,
And I guess it I'm not gonna say it gives them complete closure, but it's a sense of closure when you get to sit there and talk about this stuff and let it all out and
I can see it being
and things like
cathartic.
that. Because I yeah, yeah. And just like getting to remember this person in a good light, even though they had their demons. Especially with
Life,
like the episode, like the yeah.
life is complex, man.
Hmm.
So just because someone succumbed to their difficulties doesn't mean they shouldn't, unless they did some wild, just some horrible shit to somebody. But
Yeah.
outside of that,
Yeah.
everybody, we all got stuff that we deal with, man. But we just might not be succumbing to them. So
Hmm.
yeah, definitely. I'm glad that a lot of these people get that closure. I think about that with like Brian Pillman's mom. I think ended up, sorry, not mom. Brian Pillman's sons or Brian Pillman's shorty that he had. I think she died recently. Like some people, they get their last bit of you know thoughts out there on said thing, and
Hmm.
things happen. New Jack passed after his episode. We got a New Jack episode out of this. We
Yeah.
got, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like so. There's another series that them two dudes did called something Tales from the Territories or Tales of the Territories, and he had basically like a
Yeah.
round
Yeah. Yeah. They did
table
that
of
with
guys from them eras just telling stories.
yeah.
Jerry Jarrett was on there. Jeff Jarrett's pops. Jerry Jarrett passed away a couple months ago. Like it's
Yeah.
and there's another dude that was on there that passed. Like it's good to just have it because this is and nobody looks sick. Everybody looks pretty healthy and happy, but we don't make the rules. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
glad that it exists for that reason. I'm glad that the business is being documented in a dignified way that anybody could watch it and understand it
Hmm.
and sort of view it through a different lens and kind of understand why it resonates with people the way it does. It's beyond even just the entertainment value. It's like these people sacrifice a lot just to do this every week.
Hell yeah.
This is like being cats on
Like you
Broadway
see.
every night, but you are really
Hmm.
taking these falls. It's not like cats. Is rougher. You know what
You're
I mean?
hurt. You're like this shit is leading to pain pill addiction for these people. Like
Every night a new city. You're
it's
not
real.
on
Like
Broadway.
it's
It's like, nah, we
yeah.
Broadway, you go to that
Like
same
it's cool
street
to
every
joke
day.
about wrestling being fake, but
There's no way.
like they
There's no
like
way.
to people like to joke about it being fake, and I'm like, yo, it's not fake. It's predetermined. Because I'm gonna tell you what, I'd seen people's legs break live on television. This shit ain't fake, brother. Like I'll tell you that
Yeah.
right now.
Real
So,
things are happening. But these shows help
hmm.
people
Hmm.
garner a little bit of respect or understanding. You know what I mean? And so I'm
Yeah,
appreciative. So shout out to
yeah,
them. Um, moving
word.
on to our slam of the week. Uh,
Hmm.
mine, we'll get into Summerslam in a bit. Well, I guess next, but mine is the Cody and Brock match from SummerSlam. Um, the longer Brock is around, the more I'm just like, bruh, he's not getting enough credit for like the talent that he is, man. And when he's gone, like when he decides he don't want to do it no more, he'll be missed because he is.
Yeah,
I just came to the conclusion he's the most believable monster wrestler ever. Like, like you could take anybody.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
really he's scarier than the Undertaker because he's real. Like
yeah.
he's nuts, and
Ain't no character. It's just a man.
he doesn't look any different from when he first came out. The dude is just
Hmm.
he's just shredded and like built to beat your ass. And Cody took an ass whooping, but it was just done really well, man. And I just enjoy how they
Now
did it. And
Brock is
I know when Brock is enjoying working with somebody, and he's very generous when he thinks it's a big money type of feud. And
yeah,
he's given a
yeah.
lot in their matches, and it's good to see. And it was a good win for Cody, and one of the high moments I think of SummerSlam.
I mean, I had it on in the background. I was watching Collision live, and I had SummerSlam on like my iPad playing right there. So I didn't really get to focus too much on a lot of the matches. So my slam of the week is I'm gonna go with RVD versus
Hey,
Jungle Boy. For Jack Perry. I'm sorry, ain't no
I
Jungle Boy
like that
anymore.
match, yo.
Yo, RVD, like
Can still go.
he's you could tell he's 50, yeah, but he can still go. He
He
hit the
could do
Rolling Thunder.
everything he has ever done.
Yeah, yeah. Like the only struggle, it was struggle for him to he can't get to the top rope at one hop anymore without like exerting because you heard some audible ugh where he's trying to springboard himself to the top rope, but once he got up there, he was money.
He just got
My
to
man
be
hit the
with
leg
somebody
drop to
that
the
can help carry him. Jack Perry's not
yeah.
that guy. He's too young in his career, but he could still get in there with a vet. Like he could have a great match with the Miz or something like that. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Like that was good to see, man. He did that little
I don't know
leg
about the
spinning leg
Miz.
thing off the ring onto the barricade.
Yeah,
I was like, dog, he
yeah.
did that. He did the Rolling Thunder.
No, I think Jack was a good opponent due one to his size, so it wouldn't have been too far fetched. Like imagine him trying to hit the art a Van Damme on someone who's like 6'10". I don't think it's like could get that high. But you got a
No,
Jack Perry
no.
who's around like 6'1", 5'10". All right, he can hit that spinning heel kick and make it and it connect clean and fresh. And then Jack Perry is a good seller, so I think his bumping definitely helped a lot in the way the not that RVD wasn't crisp, but it helps when someone can bump their ass off to
No,
make you look even that much better.
I agree. I didn't mean he was a bad opponent for him. I just meant like other
You
people. Like
mean
I'm just talking
stature
about
wise,
this
like his
timing
stature on the
and
roster
he was
wise?
he's a great size for him. I just thought like this timing and stuff would have helped RVD be a little bit more
Yeah.
crisp in certain areas. That's all. But that just comes with experience. So
Oh
I'm not
yeah, yeah,
knocking
yeah,
him. I enjoyed
yeah.
the match. I'm glad you said that one. That dude, even last week when he showed up on the show and he did like a little spinning kick and landed on his feet. I'm like, oh, RVD still could
Hmm.
jump. I was like, okay.
All right, yeah. He ain't stumble on that. Good, good shit.
And he came out, he looks basically the same size. Like he's in good
Hmm.
shape. Like, yo, I mean, I don't know if he's gonna be on TV with them all the time, but like, yo,
Yeah,
he can do a little something here and there, man. He could definitely do a little something here and there. And I'm
yeah.
glad he's in a
He could
position where he
definitely
don't
do a
have to
sting
do it.
schedule. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What would he jump off of?
But he. Oh, listen. See, I don't think he would jump off from things that high because I don't think he wants to risk losing his ability to still go
To still make moves.
that hard in the
I feel
ring.
you.
But I'm glad. Well, I'm not glad. It's funny. So every time RVD gets brought up, I always think about his last stint in Impact Wrestling.
Mm.
His he had two girlfriends
Oh yeah,
who I
he was like a
believe were
ladies' man
both
over there.
son. He was one of them. He was legit married to. I think they were both adult actresses, but one was like
Mm-hmm.
an adult star and wrestler. And so like they
Mm-hmm.
had the OnlyFans, and he would do these interviews where he'd be in the hot tub and they just in the background twerking and do. I'm like, yo,
I remember that. I remember that. I remember that. I remember that.
they got Impact. So Impact used to stream on Twitch,
Yeah.
and they got Impact banned from Twitch because I think she tried to show her titties or some shit, something
He was
crazy. But
wilding, man. He was heavy in his 420 bag. He
hell
was
yeah, but
he was having a
I believe
blast.
they're separated now. Yeah, I think they got a divorce.
Oh damn.
So I'm like, I don't know if they were still together. I don't know if that was something AEW could put on TV
Nah, they're not
without the
going that far.
network being like, yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
nah,
yeah.
that's done.
That shit
That's
was,
done. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
I don't know, nah.
Ain't no way.
And I like this chick. She was twerking and busting it open on episodes of Impact in the ring.
I remember this, yo.
Like they
She would do
doing
that
mixed
for
tag
out the
matches.
blue.
She getting the tag. She twerking instead of.
I
So
remember
yeah, for
this.
no reason. For no
It used to
reason.
look mad random to me. I'm like, okay.
So that's when Impact was just like aimless. They ain't know what they was doing.
Yeah, people, if you want to watch, so be it.
Listen, but
That's a
yeah,
good.
shout out
That's a
to
good pick.
RVD.
That's a good pick. Let me get into last week's SummerSlam.
Hmm.
General thoughts.
Um, so like I said, I had it on my iPad and I was watching Collision on TV. But from what I saw, I also turned it on late, so I missed the Brock and Cody match. So when I turned it on, it was damn, I forgot who was wrestling when I turned it on.
So you
But I
missed.
did
You missed.
see,
Go ahead.
I saw the Battle Royal.
Okay. Shout out LA Knight.
Um, yeah, I had a feeling he would win after that promo.
He better had.
Yeah, well, the promo with the Miz was after that, right?
Yeah, that was the next night. Oh, sorry.
That
Well,
was the next
Monday.
night,
Sorry.
Monday. Yeah, but I had a feeling he was gonna win anyway. I saw some of Baszler and Ronda Rousey.
You ain't missed nothing.
Yeah, and it sounds like the crowd wasn't really into it anyway. Um,
There's 80,000 people
I
there, man. You gotta give us. You gotta give them shit that's gonna, engage
yeah,
their eye.
and then I missed Ricochet and Thing too.
They were
Actually,
the first match.
it
They
was
were
the
the
first
first
match.
match.
Yeah, so yeah.
But you caught. So I
Um,
caught. I watched the whole thing, but the
yeah.
triple threat women's match was cool, but I thought I had some
Oh yes, I did
botching.
see that.
I did like the
Yeah,
twist with
it was.
Bianca's knee, and that whole sequence was beautiful. And
Hmm.
but there were just
Hmm.
some things that threw it off. Charlotte had a wardrobe malfunction. Oscar
Of
had a weird
course.
looking DDT that didn't really hook Charlotte. You could see that at some points they just trying to get the timing right. I know what they were trying to do, which was I think they were trying to keep him on the edge of his seat. They were doing a lot, and the sequencing was
Yeah,
just fast, and they
yeah.
were just trying to make sure they were, don't hurt nobody and that they're careful. But it worked out where it was a little bit of botching that kind of took you out of things. But they ended it really nice,
Hmm.
and the EO cash in was cool, so I wasn't mad at that. Hated the
Wait, how
ending
did I
to
miss that?
the EO cash in.
I missed the cash in. Yeah.
So after Bianca won the match,
What was I doing that I missed that? Yeah, Bianca won the
Bianca
match. She
she
hit
did a
the
450.
she did the 450 while thing was in a figure
That
eight,
shit
right?
was beautiful. That was a beautiful ending
Hell yeah.
sequence. They had her in the figure eight, and then so they just can go. Bianca's amazing, Oscar's amazing, Charlotte Flair's amazing,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
just went the fuck off. I see they're still holding off on a Bianca versus Charlotte 1-on-1. They still making us wait for that, but that's
Hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
So Io cashed in
Wait.
after, and they beat
So
up they
I
beat up Bianca's knee, and that's how that weakened
hmm
her up more.
okay.
Um, so that's how that turned out. Trying to think.
And Io did the win, right? Io did the win.
Yeah, she's a champion.
Did she win? Oh,
Yeah,
she is? Oh shit. I
yeah.
missed all of that. Damn. All right.
Bianca was a
All
champion
right.
for 2 minutes.
Okay.
Bianca lost that shit quick.
All right. Damn.
Um,
But all right, that's bad. And then they apparently Kyrie Sane's coming back, so that should be that'll be a good match.
Kyrie
Ooh, that'll be a
Sane.
good
Oh,
match.
Kyrie Sane was with Oscar when they were champions before. That's who she was
Yeah,
with, right? Okay,
yeah, yeah. She the
okay.
pirate princess, but she left. She went to Japan,
Right.
won a bunch of titles in Japan, and no one thought she would come back because we thought it wasn't that she didn't like the WWE. It was assumed that she just didn't like living in the U.S. anymore overall. But
Okay.
apparently, she's coming back.
Yeah, man. That money. Give me some money.
Hmm.
That's
Oh
right.
hell yeah, oh yeah. But yeah, let's get into that that tribal combat.
Oh well, real quick, I hated the Judgment Day or the Finn Balor ending to that match. Uh,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I wish that was a little bit more creative. Um, I wanted
Hmm.
Finn to win, but I'm not mad at Seth. I like Seth, but I'm just saying I just wanted Finn to have his moment with the
Yeah.
title a little bit, but that didn't happen. Logan Paul Ricochet was cool. Um, there's some stuff in there that'll catch your eye. Uh,
Hmm.
Logan won with a
I
brass
like how they was
knuckles.
trying to do that whole have Samantha Urban say his name and shit.
He should have said that specifically though in the promo to really drive it home. He should have been like, and then your girl's gonna say my
Yeah,
name at the end of the match. Like, then you could really, oh, because otherwise it
yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
For me, you're not really, I don't want to fabricate these feelings. I want to hear that so it could. Oh hell no, like but it's all good.
Hmm.
But their match was cool. Gunther does his thing. Still the champ.
Yeah,
Took care of Drew. Get
yeah.
out my way. Light. Uh, and yes, tribal combat. To me, it wasn't as wild as I thought it might be in terms of the combat and the brutality. It wasn't that
Hmm.
crazy to me. Again, easy for me to say. I'm not
Yeah.
taking the bumps. Um, I'm not intrigued with Jimmy coming back and turning on Jay. I'm not. I don't really. There's no appeal to me seeing them brothers fight. That's just me.
Nah, and it don't make sense, honestly. Like
They
you
say it's
were
within the
being
story
abused
beats.
by Roman. Your brother turned on Roman in defense of you. What's the logic to you like now turning on your brother? Like, is it gonna be a thing where Roman's so manipulative that he just got in Jimmy's ear and convinced him that Jay was wrong?
Yeah,
Like,
Jay
other than
play put them against each other. He wants to be the main event Jimmy now, and that type of thing.
yeah,
Probably.
where like, oh, he want to save you, but how come he challenging for the belt? Da, da, da. I thought this was about you. He making it about him. If they go that route, that's fine. But
Yeah,
other
I'm
than
still gonna
that, I'm like,
watch.
yo,
I'm gonna watch, but it was anticlimactic for an ending of a pay per
hmm,
view. I think if anything, it would have
yeah,
been better reserved. I would have either put Brock and Cody last and had them dudes go on
hmm,
earlier, although it's a title match. But the ending just, I was just like, really? That's how you gonna end my night?
yeah, because we knew Roman wasn't gonna lose, but
Yeah,
you just had to make it so that we cared about why he's not losing, why he's still retaining. And
you could have beat Jay clean.
I
I
think
heard
they
that
just went for
even.
a,
Go ahead.
I think they just went for like the singular moment of the oh he turned, and I'm like yeah no no
I heard the rules of the match was that people not even supposed to interfere during the match. So that's what even make it more
son
nonsensical.
Solo Sikoa was all up in that shit early.
Bruh, bruh, bruh. It had all the
So,
makings of a proverbial bloodline Roman main event. Uh
hmm,
it
hmm,
makes you wonder, and whenever he does drop the title, how in what fashion will he? Like, will it be like a cage match or a cell? Just something where they can't have interference, or like you ban people from ringside, or else they're fired, or I don't know, man, because it's happened all too often. But
listen,
I just wasn't enthused by the ending of the match. That's all.
yeah, yeah, nah, it wasn't a oh now I gotta see what happens next. It's
Mm-hmm.
like what the fuck they gonna do now?
Yeah,
Like, and I
like I
think
said, I might catch it later, I might not. I might see SmackDown later, I might not. We'll see,
yeah,
and I'll get my answers then.
and then I heard a rumor Roman might have tweaked his back in that match.
Yeah, I don't know what injury he might have had, but I did hear he might have had a little injury, but
Hmm.
I'm sure he's gonna work
Yeah,
through it.
so we'll see how all that works out.
Indeed, yo.
But yeah, that's nah, was
But
not
all in all,
that
a
was not the way to
fun
end that.
a fun week for wrestling overall. So I'm not mad at it. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
Looking forward to see
Hmm.
how the business ends the summer season, going into September. But overall, I had fun with the product this week.
Word. Yeah, because Collision was good. Collision was really good. So um, it's a shame they were on at the same time as SummerSlam, but they did not. At least they didn't. It wasn't a situation where like, oh, we're up against SummerSlam, so let's just mail it in. They didn't. Like they delivered a very good show. So kudos to them for that. Um,
You want to do that though, because if
but
I
yeah,
decide I'm gonna go and watch it after, if I'm gonna watch it today, let's say, I want to enjoy watching whatever
yeah,
I put on. So yeah, don't
yeah,
half-ass it on our account. We didn't ask for
yeah.
18 wrestling shows, but here we are. So we just doing the best we can as consumers.
Word.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, give us a
So
break.
yeah, for real. So I ain't too mad about that. I ain't too mad about that. But that's all I
Yeah,
got for this week in wrestling, and
yeah,
it's been it's been cool. It's been cool. I've
yeah. That's
enjoyed it.
about it. Looking like a wrap. We got SmackDown tonight. I don't think either of us will be home to watch that. Um,
We'll see.
I don't know if I don't think I'm gonna be home for Collision tomorrow either. So that'll be another DVR,
Yeah,
a
I'm
Sunday
definitely not gonna be
DVR
home.
thing.
Definitely gonna be home for
Yeah,
collision. But yeah, I probably catch it on Sunday. Uh
yeah,
yeah, man. We'll see. The road to all in.
yeah. We got weeks. Yeah, 2 3 weeks till All In, and then All Out the week after. We'll see how that plays out.
They
But
can't
yeah,
keep up this pace next year,
should
I'll
be
tell you
some
that
good
much.
wrestling.
Indeed,
Nah,
yo.
they're gonna have to space that shit out. But that's all we got for today. We will be back whenever we're back. Ain't
Word,
trying to
word.
promise any exact dates or timing or anything, but we'll be back. Don't worry.
We'll
And
do our darndest.
hopefully you'll be back with us. Yes.
Indeed.
And until then, this is the best of both worlds of wrestling. Take care of yourselves and each other. Peace.
Sir, man. Later.